You just got promoted, or accepted into a great university, or landed a client you never thought would say yes. And instead of feeling proud, you feel terrified. Not excited, like someone made a mistake, like they picked the wrong person. Like any second now, someone is going to walk in, point at you, and say, "We figured it out. You don't belong here." If you've ever felt that, you're not broken, you're not weak. You're experiencing one of the most misunderstood psychological phenomena on the planet. This video is going to explain something about you that you've never been able to explain about yourself. Last time we talked about the Dunning-Kruger effect. The idea that the least skilled people in any room feel the most confident, incompetence wearing the costume of certainty. But there's a shadow side to that story. One nobody talks about. What happens to the people on the other end? The ones who are skilled, who do belong, who have genuinely earned everything they have. Psychologists Pauline Clance and Suzanne Imes discovered this in 1978. They weren't studying people who struggled. They were studying the best. High-achieving women. Top universities, proven track records. The kind of people who should have felt untouchable. Every single one of them privately believed they were faking it. The higher they climbed, the more convinced they became that they didn't deserve to be there. Dunning-Kruger tells us the least competent people feel the most confident. Imposter syndrome tells us the most competent people feel the least confident. Which means the entire system runs backwards. Your brain is running a very specific program, and it's been running it for years without telling you. When something goes right, your brain looks for an explanation that doesn't involve you. Luck, timing, low competition. Someone felt sorry for me. When something goes wrong, your brain points directly at you. No hesitation. No alternative explanation needed. Think about the last compliment someone gave your work. Be honest. Your first instinct wasn't gratitude, it was suspicion. They're just being kind. They haven't seen enough yet. Wait until they do. And meanwhile, somewhere in the back of your mind, there's a filing cabinet, full, organized, meticulous. Every stumble, every silence, every moment you didn't immediately know the answer, filed, cross-referenced, available for immediate playback whenever you need to prove to yourself that you don't belong. But here's the question nobody asks. Why do some people build this cabinet and others never even open one? Imposter syndrome doesn't hit randomly. It hunts specific people in specific conditions. With disturbing precision, children who were told they were gifted grow up especially exposed. Not children who were told they worked hard. Children who were told they were naturally brilliant. Because when your identity is built on being naturally gifted, the moment something feels hard, it doesn't feel like a challenge. It feels like exposure. First-generation students experience imposter syndrome at twice the rate of their peers. They walk into rooms where everyone else seems to know a social code they were never taught. Which fork to use? Who to know? How to speak? How to carry themselves like they've always belonged in rooms like this? Elite universities, prestigious companies, high-achieving environments. The places designed to gather exceptional people are the exact same places that make exceptional people feel most fraudulent. Here's what imposter syndrome quietly takes from you. Not loudly, not dramatically, quietly. You don't apply for the role you actually want. Because what's the point? They'd figure it out eventually. You don't share the idea in the meeting. Because what if it's obvious and everyone already thought of it? You don't raise your hand. Because what if the question reveals how little you actually know? And when you do act, you over-prepare. Not because you're thorough, because you're terrified. A 2020 study found that imposter syndrome is one of the strongest predictors of burnout, not overwork, not bad management, imposter syndrome. Because you can never work hard enough to silence the voice that tells you it still isn't enough. The treadmill doesn't stop when you achieve more, it speeds up. Now stop. Because everything you've just heard, the self-doubt, the hidden anxiety, the quiet exhaustion, it has been completely misunderstood. Imposter syndrome has never been classified as a mental illness. Not once in 50 years. Pauline Clance, the woman who named it, spent years watching her own concept be misused. She didn't discover a flaw in high-achieving people. She discovered what it feels like to be high-achieving in a world not designed to make you feel welcome. And here's the reframe that changes everything. The discomfort of imposter syndrome, the feeling of being at the edge of your competence, it's called learning. The people who never feel like frauds have stopped going to the edges. They live in the center, safe, unchallenged, comfortable, still. Your self-doubt is not evidence that you don't belong. It's evidence that you went somewhere most people never go. So here's what you do, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Now, when the voice says, they're going to figure you out, don't fight it, don't try to silence it. Name it. Say it out loud. That's imposter syndrome. That's not reality. That's a feeling. And I know where feelings like this come from now. Distance is the cure, not confidence. And build the counterfile. Every time you do something well, write it down. Physically. Your brain will not do this for you automatically. It was never designed to. So you become the archivist of your own evidence. Because the goal was never to feel fearless. The goal is to walk through the door anyway. You don't have to feel like you belong. You just have to keep showing up to the place where you do. And if you want to understand why your brain refuses to absorb any of this, why it hears everything we just talked about and still whispers, but not you? This doesn't apply to you. That's confirmation bias. And it might be the most dangerous thing your brain does. That's next.